I'm a veteran. U.S. Army Airborne, 82nd Airborne Division, Op 4. I was in Op 4, JRTC, Joint Readiness Training Center, Op 4. All right. I say all that because I want you all to understand something. And I want you to be able to, if you can comprehend it. Most of you don't know history. You know what you have been told, but you really truly don't know history. So I'm going to go ahead and give a short video here real quick, fast, in a hurry. The South seceded from the Union. That was an act of treason. The Union went to war with the South. The South literally got its tail handed to it in a handbasket. General Sherman, who was no friend of blacks whatsoever at all, ran through the South like a hot knife through butter. And I mean, he ran through it almost like in Blitzkrieg style. The South, the whole reason for this treason that the South had committed, because that's really truly what it is simply because they wanted to fight for the right, because they believed, the South did. This is their thinking. Listen to me very closely, because this is what you're not hearing out there. The South believed that it was their right to own slaves, to own other human beings. They believed it was their right to lynch them. It is their right to whip them, to beat them, to take children away from a mother and a father. They believe it was their right to practice polygamy with people who they had already called animals. So if we follow that line of thought, if a white man went down to the slave quarters and had sex with a black slave woman that they would call a wench, would not Thomas Jefferson and all the rest of the founding fathers of this country be committing bestiality if we look at it that way? Because that was the whole purpose for the Civil War. Is because the South wanted to continue to lynch, own other human beings as property, whip, rape, separate families. And they wanted to make sure that they or their world stayed that way. What saith you now that you have the facts? From the war side or perspective point of view, from the North perspective, they were literally upset because the South economically was making a whole lot of money, because of slave labor. You know, it's no secret that the blood of blacks have soiled this land. And I mean richly soiled this land. And when you start thinking about the truth that I just got finished telling you, can you handle it? What's the dialogue? What saith you? Because the truth is, I just got finished telling you the painful truth. And that's why the ministry is also called the University of the Painful Truth. So, can you handle it? Can you handle it? Can you speak to this? And do you still support this same attitude? Let's hear what you've got to say, because that's really, truly the reason why that the South seceded from the Union. Because they believed that it was their right to own other human beings as property. They believe it was their right. Anytime they wanted to whip them, beat them, lynch them, rape the women, and have a bunch of mulatto children, that's what they were fighting for. They were fighting for their heritage. All right. Anybody disagree? Let's hear it.